Kayla slammed the door of her grandmother's Brooklyn brownstone, tears streaming down her face as she clutched the crumpled note that read, "I'm fasting until God fixes you." Kennedy pulled her into a fierce hug on the stoop, whispering, "We don't need fixing, we're perfect as we are." But the words echoed hollow against the weight of decades-old family wounds. In that moment, Kayla knew the real battle wasn't just for her love, but for the soul of a woman who had hidden her own truths for far too long. Kayla Thompson had always been the golden child in her family's eyes, until she wasn't. Growing up in the vibrant chaos of Brooklyn, New York, she navigated the concrete jungle with a spirit as fierce as the city itself. Her grandmother, Eleanor Nana Thompson, was the matriarch, a no-nonsense woman in her late 70s who had raised Kayla's mother single-handedly after her husband passed away young. Nana's home was a sanctuary of soul food Sundays, gospel music blaring from an old radio, and stories of civil rights marches she had joined in the 1960s. But beneath the warmth lurked a rigid faith that drew lines Kayla could no longer toe. It started subtly. At 16, Kayla confided in her best friend about her crush on a girl in her AP English class. Word spread like wildfire in their tight-knit community, and soon whispers reached Nana's ears. "It's just a phase, baby," Nana had said, patting Kayla's hand with calloused fingers that smelled of lavender lotion. "Pray it away." But it wasn't a phase. By college, Kayla was out and proud, majoring in journalism at NYU, where she met Kennedy Ruiz, a fiery Latina from the Bronx studying graphic design. Kennedy, with her infectious laugh and tattoos peeking from under her sleeves, became Kayla's world. Their relationship blossomed amid rooftop parties and late-night walks through Central Park. Kennedy's family, a boisterous clan of Puerto Rican immigrants, embraced Kayla like one of their own. "Mi familia es tu familia," Kennedy's mother would say, piling plates with arroz con gandals. But back in Brooklyn, tension simmered. Nana's disapproval manifested in passive-aggressive comments. "That girl's leading you astray," or "What would your grandfather say?" Kayla tried to bridge the gap, inviting Kennedy to family dinners, but Nana's cold stare spoke volumes. The breaking point came one crisp autumn evening. Kayla, now 25 and working as a reporter for a local online news site, decided to come clean about her plans to propose to Kennedy. She sat Nana down in the living room, surrounded by faded photos of ancestors who had fled the South during the Great Migration. "Nana, I love her. We're building a life together," Kayla said, her voice steady despite the knot in her stomach. Nana's face crumpled like old parchment. "No, child. This ain't right. The Bible says," Kayla interrupted. "The Bible says love thy neighbor, Nana. Why can't you love me as I am?" The argument escalated, words flying like shards of glass. Nana, tears in her eyes, declared, "I'll fast until the Lord changes your heart. No food, no water, just prayer." Kayla stormed out, the doors slam echoing through the neighborhood. Days turned into a week. Kayla called daily, begging Nana to eat, but the old woman was stubborn as the oaks in Prospect Park. Kennedy supported her, cooking comfort foods and holding her through sleepless nights. "She's from a different time, babe," Kennedy soothed. "Give her space." But Kayla couldn't shake the guilt. Her mother, torn between loyalty to Nana and love for her daughter, mediated futilely. As Nana weakened, the family gathered. Aunts and uncles whispered about saving Kayla's soul. One evening, Kayla overheard her cousin Marcus, a devout churchgoer, plotting to invite a pastor for an intervention. Betrayal stung deep. Marcus, whom she had confided in years ago, now saw her as a project to fix. Kennedy, sensing the storm, urged Kayla to stand firm. "We're not broken," she said, pulling Kayla close under the covers of their tiny apartment in Williamsburg. The drama peaked when Nana collapsed and was rushed to the hospital. Doctors warned of organ failure from the prolonged fast. Kayla sat by her bedside, holding her frail hand. "Why, Nana? Why hurt yourself over this?" Nana, voice weak, whispered, "Because I love you too much to lose you to sin." Kennedy waited in the hall, her presence a silent anchor. In the midst of this turmoil, flashbacks haunted Kayla. She remembered Nana's stories of her youth, working as a seamstress in Harlem, marching with Dr. King, but always alone. No mentions of romances, no photos of suitors. "I chose family over folly," Nana would say cryptically. Kayla wondered if there was more beneath the surface. As Nana's condition stabilized temporarily, Kayla dove into work to cope. An assignment on LGBTQ+ rights in conservative communities led her to interview elders who had hidden their identities. One woman's tale of forbidden love in the 1950s mirrored Nana's era, sparking a seed of doubt. Was Nana projecting her own regrets? Kennedy, ever the artist, sketched portraits of their life together. Lazy Sundays in bed, protesting at pride parades. "This is us," she said, pinning one to the fridge. Real love. Their bond deepened amid the chaos, stolen kisses in hospital waiting rooms becoming acts of defiance. But the conflict escalated when Marcus confronted Kayla at the hospital. "You're killing her with your choices," he accused. Kennedy stepped in. "No, your hate is." The family rift widened, whispers turning to shouts. Kayla felt the weight of generations pressing down. Nana's fast continued sporadically, her resolve waning but not breaking. Kayla pleaded, "Eat for me, please." In a moment of vulnerability, Nana confessed, "I saw too much pain in my time. I don't want that for you." Kayla pressed, "What pain, Nana?" But the old woman clammed up, eyes distant. As winter approached, snow blanketing the city, Kayla and Kennedy planned a quiet holiday escape. But fate intervened. Nana's health plummeted again, forcing a family reckoning. In the sterile hospital room, under fluorescent lights, secrets began to unravel. The hospital became a second home for Kayla, the beeps of machines a grim soundtrack to her vigil. Kennedy brought coffee and encouragement, her hand a constant in Kayla's. "We're in this together," she murmured, brushing a stray curl from Kayla's forehead. But the strain showed. Kennedy's eyes ringed with fatigue, her smiles forced. Nana's condition fluctuated. One day lucid, the next delirious. During a clear moment, she grasped Kayla's arm. "Promise me you'll find a good man, settle down." Kayla's heart ached. "Nana, Kennedy is my good. She's my everything." Nana turned away, murmuring prayers. The betrayal deepened when Kayla discovered Marcus had been emailing conservative groups for conversion therapy resources. Rifling through his phone during a family meeting, left unattended in the waiting room, she found the messages. "My cousin needs help," one read. Fury boiled over. She confronted him in the cafeteria, voices rising. "How dare you? This is my life." Marcus shot back. "It's God's will. Nana's dying because of you." Kennedy pulled Kayla away, but the damage was done. The family splintered, some siding with Marcus, others silently supporting Kayla. Her mother, caught in the middle, wept. "I just want peace," she said. Kayla hugged her, whispering, "Peace starts with acceptance." Amid the drama, Kayla and Kennedy's relationship faced its own tests. Long hours at the hospital left little time for intimacy. One night, after a particularly grueling day, Kennedy snapped, "I feel like I'm losing you to this fight." Kayla, exhausted, replied sharply, "This is my family." Regret followed instantly. They reconciled with apologies and tears, reaffirming their love under the city lights from their balcony. Kayla delved deeper into Nana's past, rummaging through old boxes in the brownstone attic. Yellowed letters, faded photos emerged. One image caught her eye. Nana, young and radiant, arm in arm with a woman named Vivian, both in 1950s dresses, laughing at a Harlem jazz club. On the back, "My dearest V, forever in my heart." Kayla's breath caught. Was this the folly Nana mentioned? She confronted her mother. Who was Vivian? Her mother sighed. An old friend. They were inseparable until... Well, Nana chose duty over dreams. Pieces clicked. Vivian had moved away suddenly. Nana marrying Grandpa soon after. A hidden love? The high drama unfolded at a family intervention orchestrated by Marcus. A pastor arrived, Bible in hand, preaching about redeeming lost souls. Kayla stood tall. "Love isn't a sin. It's what makes us human." Kennedy, by her side, added, "And it's what will heal us." The room erupted, arguments, tears, walkouts. Nana, overhearing from her room, weakened further. Doctors urged nutrition, but she refused. Kayla spent nights reading to her from old journals, hoping to connect. One entry described Vivian. "Her smile lights my world, but society demands shadows." Kayla's suspicions grew. Kennedy supported the investigation, using her design skills to scan and organize documents. "This could change everything," she said. Their bond, tested by fire, emerged stronger. Shared glances conveying unspoken depths. As Christmas neared, snowstorms blanketed New York. Kayla proposed to Kennedy impulsively in Central Park, under twinkling lights. "Marry me despite the chaos." Kennedy, tears freezing on her cheeks, said yes. The ring, a simple band with intertwined vines, symbolized resilience. But joy was short-lived. Nana's fast took its toll. She slipped into a coma. The family gathered, prayers mingling with regrets. Kayla whispered, "I love you, Nana. Whatever your truth, it's okay." In the quiet hours, Kayla reflected on America's evolving landscape, from Stonewall to marriage equality. Yet personal battles raged on. Kennedy held her, their love a beacon in the storm. Marcus, seeing the pain, softened slightly. "Maybe I was wrong," he admitted privately. But pride prevented full reconciliation. Nana rallied briefly, her eyes focusing on Kayla. "The letter. In my drawer." Kayla fetched it, a sealed envelope addressed to her. "Read it after," Nana wheezed. The emotional crescendo built as Nana's breathing labored. Family members shared stories, laughter mixing with sobs. Kennedy integrated seamlessly, her warmth thawing icy hearts. Finally, on a snowy New Year's Eve, Nana passed peacefully. The room fell silent, grief heavy as lead. Kayla clutched the letter, Kennedy's arm around her shoulders. The funeral was a blend of gospel hymns and heartfelt eulogies. Kayla spoke of Nana's strength, her marches for justice. "She taught me to fight for what's right, even when it's hard." Back home with Kennedy by her side, Kayla opened the letter. Pages of elegant script unfolded a lifetime secret. "Dearest Kayla, if you're reading this, I've gone to meet my maker. There's so much I never said, words choked by fear and time. You see, child, I wasn't always the pillar you knew. In my youth, Harlem was alive with jazz and dreams, and I fell in love, not with a man but with Vivian Hayes. We met at a sewing circle in 1948. She was bold, with eyes like polished onyx and a laugh that could chase away the blues. We shared secrets, dances and hidden clubs where women like us found solace. For 2 years she was my world. But society, oh the cruelty. Whispers turned to threats. Vivian wanted to run away, start anew in California. I couldn't. Family duty, church expectations, they bound me tighter than chains. I broke her heart, married your grandfather. A kind man but not my soul's match. Vivian left and I buried that part of me deep. Raised your mother, built a life on half-truths. When you came out it stirred the ghosts. I saw myself in you, young in love, facing a world not ready. My fast wasn't to fix you, but to atone for my cowardice. I prayed for strength to tell you. Love fiercely as I couldn't. Be free where I was chained. Forgive me. I love you always. Nana." Kayla's hands trembled, tears blurring the ink. Kennedy read over her shoulder, gasping. She was like us. The revelation crashed like a wave, reshaping memories. Nana's disapproval wasn't hate, it was projected regret, a mirror of her own denied love. The emotional fallout was profound. Kayla shared the letter with her mother, who nodded knowingly. I suspected. She never spoke of it, but her eyes dimmed when Vivian's name came up. The family gathered, the letter passed hand to hand. Marcus read it silently, face paling. I didn't know. Healing began tentatively. Aunts hugged Kayla, uncles mumbled apologies. Kennedy was welcomed, not tolerated. The drama shifted from conflict to catharsis. Kayla tracked down Vivian, now 80, living in San Francisco. A phone call bridged decades. Eleanor spoke of you often in letters, Vivian said, voice quavering. She loved you fiercely. They arranged a visit, Kayla and Kennedy flying west. San Francisco's fog-shrouded hills felt worlds away from Brooklyn's grit. Vivian's home was filled with art and mementos. Over tea, stories flowed. We were soulmates, Vivian confessed. But fear won. Kayla shared Nana's letter. Tears shared across generations. The trip deepened Kayla and Kennedy's bond. Walking hand in hand through the Castro district, they felt the weight of history. This is what Nana wanted for us, Kayla said. Kennedy nodded. Freedom. Back in New York, they planned their wedding. A small affair in Prospect Park, blending traditions. Kayla's mother walked her down the aisle, Marcus as a groomsman of sorts. The The ceremony was laced with emotion, vows echoing Nana's words. Love fiercely. But not all was resolved. Lingering prejudices surfaced. Distant relatives skipped the event. Kennedy's family filled the gaps. Their joy infectious. Post-wedding, Kayla wrote an article on hidden queer histories in Black communities, dedicating it to Nana. It went viral, sparking dialogues. Messages poured in. Your story healed my family. Kennedy designed a book cover for a memoir Kayla began, chronicling their journey. From fast to feast, Kennedy joked, referencing Nana's sacrifice turned to abundance. Challenges persisted. Work stress, city hustle tested them. One argument over relocating escalated. Kennedy wanted quieter suburbs. Kayla craved urban pulse. We're drifting, Kennedy feared. But communication honed by crisis prevailed. They compromised on a Brooklyn loft with green space. As spring bloomed, Kayla visited Nana's grave, letter in hand. You gave me the truth, Nana. Thank you. Kennedy placed flowers, whispering, rest in love. The human element shone. Imperfect people navigating love's complexities. Kayla reflected on America's tapestry. Progress amid setbacks, personal victories in cultural wars. Their life settled into rhythm. Brunches with friends, advocacy work. Kennedy's art flourished. Exhibitions featuring queer themes. Kayla's journalism amplified marginalized voices. Yet echoes of betrayal lingered. Marcus, though changed, occasionally slipped into old views. Family therapy helped bonds mending slowly. In quiet moments, Kayla felt Nana's presence. A gentle push toward authenticity. Kennedy's love anchored her. A testament to resilience. Years passed, the sharp edges of grief softening like sea glass. Kayla and Kennedy built a home filled with laughter, art, and the aroma of fusion cuisine. Kennedy's Boricua flavors mingling with Nana's soul food recipes. They adopted a rescue dog, a scruffy mutt named Vivi, in honor of the past. Professionally, Kayla rose in journalism, covering social justice beats. Her piece on Nana's story inspired a podcast series, Hidden Hearts, exploring suppressed loves in elder generations. Kennedy illustrated the episodes, her designs capturing raw emotion. But drama resurfaced unexpectedly. A distant relative, Aunt Lorraine from the South, contested Nana's will, claiming Kayla's lifestyle disqualified her from inheritance. Legal battles ensued, dredging up old wounds. Marcus, now an ally, testified on Kayla's behalf. Family is love, not judgment, he stated in court. The trial was grueling, media attention amplifying the personal. Kennedy stood firm. We've faced worse. They won, the judge ruling in favor of equality. The victory was bittersweet, exposing lingering bigotry. In the aftermath, Kayla and Kennedy traveled to Puerto Rico, Kennedy's ancestral home. Beach walks and family reunions recharged them. This is our legacy, Kennedy said, toes in sand. Kayla agreed, building on the past. Back stateside, they faced infertility struggles, opting for IVF. The process was emotional, hormones, hopes, heartaches. Kennedy carried their daughter, born amid tears of joy. They named her Eleanor Vivian, a bridge between worlds. Parenthood deepened their romance. Late-night feedings became whispered confessions. You're my rock, Kayla said, watching Kennedy soothe the baby. Community involvement grew. They volunteered at LGBTQ+ centers mentoring youth. One teen mirroring Kayla's youth shared her coming-out fears. Love wins, Kayla advised, echoing Nana's letter. Flashbacks intertwined with present. Kayla imagined Nana and Vivian young, dancing freely. It fueled her advocacy. A high point came at Pride Parade. Kayla and Kennedy marched with baby Ellie in a carrier, flags waving. Family joined, Marcus carrying a sign. Proud uncle. Cheers erupted, a far cry from past divisions. But life threw curves. Kennedy's mother fell ill, requiring care. They juggled visits to the Bronx, balancing work and family. Stress tested them, arguments flaring. I feel alone, Kennedy confessed. Kayla listened, vowing better support. Reconciliation with extended family continued. Aunt Lorraine, post-trial, reached out apologetically. I was wrong, she admitted over Zoom. Forgiveness came gradually, human connections mending. Kayla's memoir published to acclaim. Royalties funding scholarships for queer youth. Kennedy's art gallery show featured pieces inspired by their story. vibrant canvases of embracing figures against urban backdrops. As Ellie grew, she asked about Nana. Kayla shared the letter, age-appropriately. Great-grandma loved deeply, even in secret. Ellie's innocence highlighted progress. Romantic gestures persisted. Surprise picnics in Central Park, anniversary trips. Their love, once embattled, now flourished openly. Yet, reflections on betrayal lingered. Kayla pondered how fear breeds division, vowing to break cycles. In a poignant moment, they visited Vivian again. Now frail, she held Ellie. Full circle, she whispered. Stories exchanged bridged eras. America's shifting landscape mirrored their journey. Supreme Court rulings, cultural shifts toward inclusion. But challenges remained. Anti-LGBTQ+ bills in states, reminding them vigilance was key. Kennedy's career soared. A commission for a mural in Harlem depicted queer icons, including stylized Nana and Vivian. Unveiling drew crowds, Kayla's speech moving. Love hidden no more. Domestic bliss. Family dinners blending cultures, Ellie's laughter the soundtrack. Marcus became a doting uncle, his transformation complete. As middle age approached, health scares loomed. Kayla's checkup revealed a lump, benign but a wake-up. Cherish every day, she told Kennedy. Their bond, forged in fire, endured. Stolen dances in the kitchen, eyes locking as in youth. The narrative arc closed with gratitude. Nana's sacrifice, though painful, unveiled truths fostering growth. Decades later, on a sun-dappled afternoon in Brooklyn, Kayla and Kennedy sat on their brownstone stoop, watching Ellie, now a teenager, chat with friends. Gray streaked their hair, but their hands intertwined with familiar ease. The city hummed around them, a testament to enduring love. Ellie, curious about her heritage, delved into family archives. Tell me about great-grandma again, she asked. Kayla pulled out the letter, yellowed but preserved. Reading it aloud, emotions swelled. She taught us forgiveness, Kennedy added. The family had evolved into a tapestry of acceptance. Marcus, retired, volunteered at the same centers they did. Aunt Lorraine visited annually, bonds healed. Kayla's journalism legacy lived on. Her books required reading in schools. Kennedy's art adorned museums, inspiring generations. But reflections brought melancholy. Vivian had passed years prior. Her ashes scattered in the Pacific. Kayla honored her with annual donations to queer elder funds. High drama had given way to quiet profundity. A health crisis for Kennedy, a bout with cancer, tested them anew. Kayla's vigil echoed past hospital days. We'll beat this, she vowed. Remission brought renewed appreciation. Their wedding anniversary, the 50th, was a grand affair. Family from coast to coast gathered in Prospect Park. Ellie's speech. You showed me love conquers all. Toasts raised, tears flowed. In private, Kayla and Kennedy renewed vows. Through betrayal, loss, joy, always you, Kayla whispered. Kennedy smiled. Forever. The story's humanism shone. Imperfect souls seeking connection. Nana's fast, born of pain, catalyzed revelation. Her hidden love humanized her, bridging divides. America, ever-changing, reflected their arc, from Stonewall to Equality Acts. Yet, they advocated on mentoring Ellie's generation. As sunset painted the skyline, Kayla felt peace. We lived fiercely, she said. Kennedy nodded. And loved deeper. The end wasn't tidy, no fairy tale, but real, resonant. Betrayals forgiven. Conflicts resolved into growth. Romance endured, a quiet flame. Ellie, embracing her own identity by and proud, carried the torch. Thanks to you, she told them. In final moments, Kayla pondered legacy. Nana's truth, once buried, now freed families. Human victory and vulnerability. Kennedy, ever the romantic, planned a cross-country trip, retracing Vivian's path. To honor the past, embrace the future. Wheels turning on Route 66, wind in hair, they laughed like youth. Stops at landmarks. Harlem clubs, San Francisco bays. Back home, life continued. Grandchildren on the horizon, stories passed down. The narrative closed with hope. Love in all forms prevails. Nana's letter, a beacon, illuminated paths. In Brooklyn's embrace, under stars, Kayla and Kennedy shared a kiss, timeless, true.